What's up, you guys? This is Curtis with Show Up Lifestyle, also the author of the 925 Escape Plan, which you could get in the description below. So I want to start off this video by saying you should only read one book a year. Now, this is going to sound confusing because you hear a lot of people about how you should read one book a day or one book a week, and the more books you read, the better for you. And one example, you can read a lot, right? And it depends on your intention for reading. So people always say Warren Buffett, he was the richest man in the world at one point, and he read for 4 hours every day. All right, so first of all, the thing that he read was white papers. And white papers are the company's information of their stockholders. You know, the stockholders, it's the information packet they get basically to say where the direction is going for the stocks that you're interested in. So when you're reading like this, of course, you're going to have to read 4, 6, 8 hours a day because you have to know what you're investing in. But what a lot of people do is they read self-help books, and this is particularly towards self-help, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll read one self-help book, then they'll go to the next self-help book, then they'll go to the next self-help book, and while they're reading the self-help book, they go on to YouTube to look for more information on what they're reading in the self-help book and to go into further detail of what they're reading in the self-help book. Then they go on Google to find out other things that they don't understand from YouTube and the book. And what happens is you get all this information, and, you know, like in my situation, I was reading and reading and reading, and I thought, man, I have all this information, all this knowledge, and I'm not seeing any results. And you think by reading a lot that, you know, you're being productive, you're gaining all this knowledge, you're gaining all this, you know, momentum and motivation to do something, but in reality, you're not doing anything, and you're not actually putting the knowledge that you're gaining from the book into the practice of doing what's in the book. So one of the best things I've heard was from that relates to reading is from Dan Lok, Danlok. I've seen his YouTube channel, and he made a point to where he only reads, you know, a book, maybe 10 pages, maybe one page, maybe the cover, maybe the contents, the title contents of the book. And once he finds 3 things that he can act on, he puts the book away and he goes straight into action. And I think doing it this way is going to be very helpful because you're actually putting what you learn into action. And when you're putting what you learn into action, then you're actually going to get results from what you're reading. So I'll give Think and Grow Rich, the book, for example. There's a 6-step process of what you should be doing in order to think and grow rich. And, you know, you can take those 6 principles and start putting those into action. And that's in, like, I believe the first chapter of the book. I can't remember what exactly the 6 steps are right now, but if you go to Think and Grow Rich, there's six steps in manifesting. And I believe the first one is to have a definiteness of purpose. And a lot of people will, you know, and a lot of books, a lot of self-help books say this. They say have a definiteness of purpose. And people don't realize that, you know, if you go further into the book and you don't have a definiteness of purpose, if you don't have an intention for what you're reading, then the knowledge you gain isn't going to be very helpful. And then when you are able to use it, you're going to not remember most of it. So you really want to take like one chapter, and then let's say there's 12 chapters, reading one book a year, right? You read one chapter of the month. Maybe the first chapter says, you know, to be better at networking, when you see everyone you see, smile at them and say hi, you know, and take that information and use it for 30 days. Everyone you see, smile and say hi. You know, take that information and put it into action. Do that for 30 days and see what results you get. maybe you'll end up getting the result of maybe someone says, oh, what do you do? And you start telling them what you do, and they're like, oh, I'm in the same field. So what happens is you make a connection. You know, maybe you exchange numbers, maybe that leads to a job in the future, maybe that leads to a partnership in a business, maybe that leads to an investor investing in your company. But you know, if you do that for 30 days, then you'll see, all right, this is working, I can get results. Then you go to chapter 2. And once you go to chapter 2, it might say always walk around with a business card, you know, and have your business card on hand so that when you meet people, you can hand it out. Now, implement this for 30 days and see how that affects you. And basically, that's what I'm getting at is, you know, you don't have to take a whole year to read the book. You can take 2 weeks to read the book, each chapter, and finish it in 6 months. But the point is start putting what you read into action. Otherwise, it's not going to have any effect on your life. Thank you for reading, you guys. Please subscribe, like the video, comment below if you have any questions. I would be glad to answer them. Thank you for watching.